So today we are going to look at Unit 6. Okay, we are still at Unit 6, crime. Okay, Unit 6. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome back. Yeah, last week we are not able to do online class because I have meeting. Okay, so today as usual we will continue. Okay, so today our objectives are on speaking. Okay, speaking 2.1.1. You should be able to explain information on familiar topics from diagrams, charts, table, graph, or other visuals. So actually, we are going to look at visual or pictures, okay, or photos. Okay, that based on the photos, you are going to explain or you're going to give your opinions about the photos that relates to crimes. Okay, so today everything will be related to crimes since our topic for or our unit for this time is on crime. So we will be referring to all the themes of crimes. Okay. So another objective is speaking 2.1.5, explain and justify own feelings or those of others. Okay, sometimes you have to give your reason or opinion. Why do you say so? And then you also need to give the reason. Okay, why do you think others might think? Okay, what others might think of the same situation of given situations. Okay. Okay, so these are actually the questions that I asked you to prepare, okay, last night, okay, for you to read and prepare your responses. The 3 questions that you can see on page 77 of your textbook, okay. Those are the first 3 questions that I asked you to prepare. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the question, okay, we have activity 1. This is on activity number 1. Ask and answer the question with a partner. Okay, so before you do with your partner, okay, I'll just go through the question together, okay, so that you should be able to understand what are the requirements of the question. Okay, so the first question is, do you think crime is a problem where you live? Okay, that is one question. Okay, another question, what sort of crimes are committed? Okay, so the first question, do you understand what is the requirement for the first question? Do you think crime is a problem where you live? That means, is there a crime at the place that you are living now? Okay, so this is what the question means. Whether there is a crime or not at your place, at your house, at your neighborhood. Okay, is there any crime where you are living now? Okay, so that is a question. And then if there is, okay, if there are or if there is, what sort of crimes are committed? That means what are the types of crime? What are the types of like offenses or the types of let's say if you say a lot of robbery, okay, or a lot of break-ins, okay, or a lot of like people like to um, go into somebody's houses, okay, or maybe also in terms of vandalism, okay. Maybe some people they like to destroy the public belongings like phone booths and so on, okay. So those are the what we call it vandalism, okay. So if there is or if there are, so you need to um, give your reason, okay. So when the question asks you, do you think, so what do you need or what should your response be? So you should say, I think, okay, or in my opinion, okay, there are or there is crime, okay, at where I'm staying or I'm living now. Okay, for example, um, there are robberies, okay, for example, like robberies, and then vandalism, okay, and also sometimes there will be break-ins, okay. And then you have to give maybe the reason why do you think, those crime happen at your place. Okay, because I asked you to prepare at least 3 sentences, right? For this question, for each question, you have to prepare at least 3 sentences. Why do I ask you to do that? Because you have to familiar yourself when you do your speaking exam later in, I think it's maybe probably somewhere early next year. Okay, beginning of next year, you may have your speaking exam. So you have to time yourself, okay, because you are given about 1 minute, okay, for each part, okay, to give your responses. So I want you to at least get yourself familiar to prepare answers within 1 minute, okay, which about 3 or 4 sentences, okay. So you have to not just to answer yes or no, but you have to give your reason and opinion. Okay, why do you say so? So please practice. Okay, from now, when you are doing the speaking exam, try to give the responses within 1 minute. Okay, regardless of any question, you have to give at least 3 to 4 sentences within 1 minute. If you talk or you speak more than 1 minute, the teacher will stop you. No problem. Okay, at least you do not just keep quiet when the question is being asked to you. Okay, so practice from now. This is what I'm going to do with you. I want to practice, give you a lot of practices in giving your responses. Okay, now let's get back to our first questions, first 2 questions. Okay, so get ready. I will ask each and every one of you to give your responses. Okay, based on the first question first. Do you think crime is a problem where you live? And then what sort of crimes are committed? That means the type of crime, whether vandalism or robbery or snatch theft. Okay, you know snatch theft, right? When people on a motorcycle or in a car, then they stop you and then they break the mirror and then they snatch your handbag or your mother's handbag or anything that are valuable, okay, from the vehicle. So those are snatch thefts. Okay. Okay. And then question number 2. Okay, let's look at question number 2. Have you ever witnessed or been a victim of a crime? Okay, witness mean have you ever saw or seen? Have you ever seen or have you ever or you yourself is the victim to the crime? Maybe you saw someone being robbed or being snatched, okay, or you saw somebody's house being robbed or being broke into, okay, or you yourself has been a victim. Maybe your house, maybe somebody has broken into your house, or you yourself has been robbed by someone when you walk when you walk back from school to your house. Okay, so this is the second question. Have you ever witnessed or been a victim? Or if you do not have both, okay, maybe you can talk about maybe you heard someone told you a story or told you something that they have been robbed. Okay, if it's not happened to you, maybe you heard from your friends, okay, from your family members or from your sibling that they experienced this. Okay, they had the experience of being robbed. Okay, okay, or being a victim of a crime. So that is question number 2. Okay, question number 3. Okay, question number 3. How often do you see police officers? Okay, this is very simple, right? I think every one of us has seen police officers everywhere. Okay, so how often? That means maybe you want to say most probably 2 weeks one, or if you see that, or if you see that every day, you can say that you see police officers every day. Okay, and then maybe if you rarely see them, maybe you can see maybe once a month, or maybe you only see them when you are outside from your house, okay, or when you are on the road, okay, or when you go to a supermarket, you see the police officer, okay, or when you go to any public places, okay, so you just mention, okay, how often, how many times, okay, once a week, once a month, okay, or every time you go out from your house. Okay, question number 2 for the third point. Are they on foot, in cars, okay, on motorbikes, or on horses? So here in our country, I think we rarely see police officers on horses, right? So maybe they are referring to other countries, but for our country, normally we can see them either in cars or on motorbikes. Okay, on food, maybe when they make rounds, okay, when they go around in a supermarket or something, then you can see them on foot. Okay, very rarely we can see police officers on foot. Okay. Okay, so those are the questions that I will want to hear your responses after this. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Okay, you are going to do this with your partner. So every one of you has, or by now should have your responses, okay, to all the questions, because I have already asked you to prepare yesterday, right? Okay, make sure you have some ideas on what to say, okay, based on this question. So now I'm going to pair you up with your partner, okay? Then you are going to ask and answer the questions with a partner, okay? Okay, so how are we going to pair you up? Okay, maybe I will, okay, check whoever are here, or if you have any preference, you want to do the activity with your friend, then you are allowed to do so. You just tell me who do you want to do this activity with, or you just want to type in the chat box, or you want to, to just volunteer yourself first, okay, before I pair you up with somebody here, with anyone here. Okay, any volunteers want to start first?
I want with Ying.
Okay, very good. Juyu and Yi Ying. Okay, let's hear from you, both of you. Okay, are you both ready? Okay, if you're ready, you may start anytime from now.
Do you think Kerman is a problem where you live? What sport of Kerman are committed?
Okay, so Yi Ying. Okay,
Yes, I think crime is a problem where I live. There are some radicalism in my place.
give me the second sentence. I cannot hear you. They are.
There are there are some vandalism in my place.
Okay.
Some irresponsible people are blocking the playground things like swing and seesaw.
Okay, vandalism at the playground. Okay, you can see some people are damaging or damage the swing and so on. Okay, okay, good. Playground. Okay, now you ask, do you? You ask, do you? The same question.
Do you think crime is a problem where you live? What sort of crimes are common?
Yes, do you? Over to you.
I will be fair.
I think.
I think I will be fair is because
Do you think crime is a problem at your place?
yeah,
Okay, so you can say, I think crime is a
I
problem
I think crime is a problem
where I live.
with where I live.
Okay, then second question. So you have to give example. You said just now crime is a problem at your place, right? So what are the crimes? What are the crime that you said that they are or there is?
Is because I will be fair and
What problem do you have at your place? What problems?
they may commit crime at any time.
Okay, what crime? You have to give examples of crimes.
Destroy the plug
Destroy the,
plug bit.
what is that? How do you spell that word? I cannot really get the word that you said just now. You destroy the rabbit. Okay.
Public place.
Or public place or public property. Okay. So they destroy public properties. So now, okay, you said public property. So what are the properties? You have to mention what are the public properties. Give examples about example of the public properties. Like,
Phone, telephone booth,
okay, telephone booth. Okay, what did they do with the telephone booth there? What happened to it?
spray the color,
Oh, okay. Any more? They only spray and then
uh, the microphone,
okay, what happened to the microphone?
no put the microphone well.
Oh, okay, they did not put the, what do we call that? It's not a microphone. I think we call it as the, is it the hanger or something? Okay, they did not put the phone or the public phone back to the place. Okay, they just hang it up. They just hang it up. Okay, they did not put the phone into the hanger. Okay, so they just left it and they also spray. Okay, some colors. So that is vandalism. Okay. So just now, Yi Ying was telling about the playground. Okay, maybe they broke the swing and so on, and then this one is on maybe nearby the playground as well, but more on the public food. Okay, so that is what you experience at your place that you live. Okay, so you just think or just look at somewhere near your place. Okay, it's very all the things that are close to you. So when you're referring to that, that means you have ideas, okay, and you have to practice giving your ideas, okay, how to elaborate. Okay, you know what happened to your place, but maybe you don't have the words. Okay, you don't have the ideas to express, okay, about what happened to that things, okay, to the things that you have seen before. Okay, so that is the first question. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other pair. Okay, to the other pair for the second question. Okay, can I ask for the second pair to do the second question? Have you ever witnessed or been a victim of a crime? Okay, any volunteers? Next pair, please. We have here. Okay, we have Viren Mani. Okay. Okay, who wants to be next pair? Any volunteers? Okay, there's no volunteers. Can we ask from Viren? Viren, who do you want to pair with, Viren?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, who you want to be your partner for today?
Money.
Okay, Mani. Okay, are you all ready? Okay, look at the second question now. Have you ever witnessed or been a victim of a crime? Okay, so first, wherein we ask question to Mani, then Mani will ask wherein. Okay, okay, you may start now.
Have you ever witnessed or been a victim of a crime?
Okay,
No, but I usually see this kind of news in television. They are usually robbery and mugging.
okay. Any more response from you, Mani? Okay. How many sentences are that you responded just now? Okay, at least try to make it 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, when you responded to a question. Okay, try to make into 3 sentences. Okay. So just now, Mani said she has not been a victim or witnessed any crime, but she saw on television. Okay. Yeah, you can say that you have seen on television or in movie, okay, about people being the victim of a crime. So maybe you can give your personal feeling, okay, when you see those happen to people. How do you feel when you see that, when you seen that happen to people? How do you feel? Maybe you can add that as one of your sentences, okay, to respond to the second question. Okay, Mani, can you please repeat your responses just now for the second questions?
I feel afraid.
Okay, you feel afraid. Okay. So that means when you give your response, you have to make it like continuously. Okay, you don't stop. You don't pause or you don't stop. If you stop or if you pause, that is not showing a good. That means the examiner uh, will not be able to give you good marks if you pause in between your answers. Okay, so try to answer it in a smooth possible way. Okay, in a more smooth or more authentic way of giving your ideas. Okay, now Mani, I would like you to ask Viren the same question.
Have you ever witnessed or been a victim of a crime?
Crime.
I have ever witnessed a crime. On yesterday,
Oh,
when I
okay.
go to supermarket, I saw someone try to take something and hide in his bag.
Okay. Then what do you do with it?
Um, I tell my father, but my father say, jangan peduli banyak.
Okay. What would be that in English?
Um,
In your exam, try not to use other than English. Okay. If you do not know the words in English, either you try to find the simplest word or you just uh, stop there, but don't say in other than English languages. Okay, it's very risky. Okay, don't say in Malay. Please don't ever say in Malay. Okay, maybe you are stuck, you don't know what to say, you just stop there. You don't have to say it in Malay. Okay, Viren. Okay, can you repeat your response, Viren?
yeah, I have ever witnessed a crime. On
Okay.
yesterday, when I go to supermarket, I saw someone try to take something and hide in his bag. But
Okay.
then I tried to tell my father, but my father, how to say?
My father said, don't bother about other people. Okay. Don't.
My father don't what?
My father said not to interfere in other people's what do you call it? Other people's not to interfere in other people's business. Mind our own business. Okay. In other words, we should mind our own business. Okay. Okay, continue. So my father said,
And
you can say my father said to mind our own business. Okay.
uh, my father said to my
Uh,
own
business.
business.
To mind. My father said to mind our own business. Mind our own business means
Our own.
don't bother about other people's. Okay, whatever they do, you just ignore other people's. Whatever that they do, you just ignore. That is what it meant by mind our own business. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Now, have you both asked and answered the question? I think, have you ever witnessed? Okay. Now you ask money. Okay. I think you have asked already, right? Okay, done, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we go to the third question. Okay, third question. Who do we have left? Wayan and Wayan and Yichan. Okay, Wayan, Mandi done. Okay, Wayan, are you there? Yichan? Why are there very few of you this morning? Have you all, some of you, Pavitran on message me telling that he's going for his vaccination. I'm not sure about the rest. Okay. 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 Now, Wayan, are you there? Can we hear from you? Okay, we are going to look at the third question. Okay. How often do you see police officer? Okay. Are they on foot, in cars, or on motorbikes? Okay. Yes. Can we hear from Wayan and Yichan?
She left.
She left. Okay, so I think I will ask you to do it with somebody else. Maybe you do with Yi Ying. Okay. Okay. So Yi Ying, can you please help to ask the third question to Wayan?
Not so often. They are usually on hold.
Okay, you have to ask Wayan first. You ask Wayan the third question. How often? Yes.
How often do you see police officers? They are on foot, in car, on motorcycle, or on horse.
Okay.
Not often.
Not often,
Because,
but how many times?
because
Maybe.
and not often.
But you used to see police officer, right? Okay. So-
Yes, but usually on
Maybe-
cars.
Okay, on cars. Okay, how many times do you see them? Maybe on certain situations, or maybe when you go out. Okay. Okay, let's start again from the beginning. Because I was not clear with the first answer just now. Can you repeat your answer from the beginning, Wayan?
Not often.
Okay.
I usually see them on cars during Friday night.
Only 2 sentences, right? One more sentence. One more sentence. Why do you normally see them on Friday night? We can you can use that to construct the third sentence. Why do you normally see them on Friday night?
Because Friday night always have discount on bars.
Oh, okay. Okay, so because they know people will be more on that particular night. Okay, so they will be there to maybe to check on the whether they are following the rules, okay, or the SOP or not. Okay, so yeah, whatever it is, okay, when it comes to speaking, for every question that will be asked or that you are asked, please, as I told you, prepare to give responses of at least 3 sentences. Okay, that will be equivalent to 1 minute. 1 minute, you are given 1 minute to give your response. So 1 minute, I think more or less 3 or 4 sentences. If it's short, then you have to come up with 4 sentences. If your sentences are long, then maybe 3 sentences will do. Okay. Okay, so now, okay, we are done with the first activity, activity 1. Okay, let's look at the second activity. Okay, second activity, this one. Okay. Okay, sometimes when speaking, okay, you need to show that you are not sure about what you are saying. Okay. Yeah, just like what we did just now. Maybe when someone posts you a question, okay, all of a sudden, maybe you are not sure whether what you say is right or not. So how do we indicate that in our response? Okay, so you can. That is why when people ask you, what do you think, then you will respond, I think, or in my opinion. Okay, or maybe, or most probably. Okay, or or it might possible. Okay, so those are the keywords showing that you are not sure, okay, in giving your responses. Okay, but it does not matter whether what you tell or what you give during the exam, whether it is right or not. Okay, we do not care whether what you say is correct or not. What we want to know is your ability to express your ideas. That is what we want. Okay, we want the ideas to be expressed smoothly in your speaking. Okay, whether it's right or not, that is the second thing. That is not important here. Okay, so you have to know that. Okay, but if you are able to relate to your personal experiences, okay, then it is better. Okay, and you can have more ideas. But if you cannot relate to any experiences, then you have to maybe create, okay, the situation. Okay. Okay, here for activity number 2, we are going to look at some pictures. Okay, if you refer to your textbook on page 77, okay, there are some pictures that showing things that are related to crime. Okay, so look at these pictures and complete the sentences about them with these words. So what are the words? Okay, we have the words like burglar alarm, radar gun, security camera, security lock, and speed limit. Okay, so after you have completed the sentences, then we will underline, okay, the phrases that show the speaker is uncertain. So 2 things. First, complete the sentence. Number 2 is to underline the keywords from the sentence that show that you are not sure or you are not certain. Okay, let me do this first. Okay, so these are the words. So maybe some of you are not familiar with the meaning of this word or how to pronounce this word. Okay, when we talk about speaking, your pronunciation is also important. Okay, because when you pronounce things wrongly, it may make the different meaning, or the meaning may not be the same. So let's look at, I'm going to share with you, there's one website where you can know the meaning and also how to pronounce the words. Okay, let me stop sharing first and get back to the website. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the website will be, hold on. Okay. Okay, let me share this. Okay. So this is the Oxford Online Dictionary, okay, where you can type any word that you want to know the meaning, or you want to listen to how it is being pronounced. Okay, let's see now we want to know how to pronounce the first words, okay, which is burglar alarm. Okay, so you just type the word, okay, just type the word, okay, and then it will be here, okay. So here we have two pronunciation. One is the pronunciation English, okay, another one is American. Okay, so we normally will choose the one in English or British, okay, British pronunciation. Okay. So you choose the first one. Okay. Oh, I need to make sure that I'm also sharing the audio. If not, you cannot hear the audio. Okay. Share sound. Okay. Let's see, I click here. You click at the button where you see the speaker there.
Burglar alarm.
Can you hear it? Can you hear or not?
Burglar alarm.
Can you all hear the pronunciation?
And
Okay, good. Okay, just want to make sure you can hear it. So I will increase my volume a bit. Okay, one more time.
Burglar alarm.
Burglar alarm. Okay,
Burglar alarm.
it's a bit fast. Why do I do this? Because maybe later in your speaking or speaking, I think, yeah, we will have, of course, all the teachers from our country, of course, from Malaysia, and then, but for listening, okay, for listening, the audio may be from native speakers. Native speakers mean people who English is their first language, or their first, of their mother tongue. English is their mother tongue or their first language. Because for us, English is not our first language. English is our second language. So you have to, that's why I want to get yourself familiar with how the native speakers pronounce, or native speakers accent, okay, how they pronounce, or how they uh, read or anything, or read any text and so on, okay. So, but for American, let's see the difference between the American pronunciation and the British. Okay, let's hear from the American.
Burglar alarm.
Okay, it's not that much different, but there is a difference.
Burglar alarm.
Okay, English or British pronunciation is slightly slower. Okay, but for American,
Burglar alarm.
okay, burglar alarm. Okay, this one.
Burglar alarm.
When you hear it so many times, it becomes similar. Okay.
Burglar alarm.
Okay, so you just listen to one. That will be better. Okay, burglar alarm.
Burglar alarm.
So burglar alarm, that is the pronunciation. How do we get to the meaning? Okay, you can hear, refer to the bottom here. An electronic device often fixed to a wall that rings a loud bell if somebody tries to enter a building by force. Okay, it is an electronic device often fixed to a wall. Okay, normally you will see this fixed to a wall at a supermarket. Some houses, they have this burglar alarm, okay, that rings a loud bell. When somebody broke into the house or broke into the building, then it will trigger and it will rings a loud bell. Okay, so that people or the owner of the house will be notified, will be alerted. Okay, when somebody try to enter a building by force. By force means it's not willingly. I mean, he or she or the person is not supposed to enter. That is by force. Okay. Okay. So that is the first word. Okay. Burglar alarm. Okay. Now let us look at the second word. Okay. Just type here radar gun. Okay. Then click at the search button here. Okay. It cannot find. If you cannot find, just type the radar. Okay. Okay. They cannot find the word radar gun. Okay, maybe it's not listed in the dictionary yet. Okay. So radar. How do you pronounce radar?
radar,
Radar, not radar.
radar,
Radar. Okay. So
radar,
radar. What is radar? A system that uses radio waves. Okay. A system that uses radio waves to find the position and movement of objects. Okay, so radar is something that they use a radio wave to find something, a position or something that move. Okay, so that is what we call as a radar. So for radar gun, maybe how we hold the thing, how we hold the radar. It's like we are holding a gun. That's why it is called as radar gun. Okay. So it's a system that uses the radio wave to find the position and movement of object. Okay. For example, plane and ship. So we also have that. Gun mean we just use it for not for plane and ship definitely. It's just for like we want to find something that is smaller, okay? In smaller scale, in small scales. Okay. Okay, the third one is security. I think you know this, security camera. Okay. Okay, it's not found here, security. Okay, how do we pronounce security?
security, security,
Okay, security. How about in American?
Security.
Okay, security. It is more on secure, but for British,
security,
security. Not much different. So what security? Yeah, is security camera mean something that you want to protect. Okay? The activities involved in protecting a country, building, or person, or a danger. So like security camera, that means a camera that used to protect a building, okay, or a person or any danger. Okay, security. Camera, I think camera should be just try to
camera, camera,
camera. Okay, camera.
camera,
Okay. Now we go to lock, security lock. I think that one is okay. We know what is security lock. Okay, it is a lock, not camera. Mean in terms of camera. Okay, but security lock means when you have the something to lock at your building or at the door and so on. Okay, speed limit. I think that one is okay. Speed limit. Okay, you know what is speed limit, right? Speed limit.
Speed limit. Speed limit.
Okay, speed limit, the highest speed at which you can legally drive on a particular road. Okay, that means only the certain limit where you can drive. But if you go over the speed limit, then you will be fined. Okay, be fined. Okay, now we are going to look at the question. Okay, number one. Okay, I think this one I prepared it in Peer Deck. Let me show you this first. Okay, I will start so that you can continue with your answers. Just type your answers in Peer Deck. Okay, let's check your responses. Oh, okay, very good. All of you have completed. Okay, the first one is, this is probably a Okay. Number 1 is security camera. Okay, good. Correct. All of you are correct. Number 2, this might be a, what is that? Normally we burglar alarm. Okay. 3, I'm not certain, but I would guess that this is a, okay. Number 3 is a radar gun, because the way they hold that is like a gun. So that's why it is called as radar gun. Okay. Okay, number 4. 4 is speed limit, correct? And number 5, security lock. Okay. Okay. So all of you managed to. So in the meantime, those who have finished, okay, can you please look at the next activity that you will do is still in this 5 sentences, but you need to underline. Okay. After this, I'll give you the slide for you to underline the phrases or draw or highlight the phrases that show the speaker is uncertain. Okay. That show that the speaker is uncertain. That means, for example, okay, I'll give you one example. Number 1. This is probably a security camera. So which word in this sentence show that the speaker is uncertain? Okay. So the word that you have to underline or highlight is the word probably. Okay. So you just underline or highlight the word probably for number 1. Okay. So the word probably show that the speaker is uncertain. Okay. Tak pasti, uncertain. Okay. Then now we are going to do, or you are going to do number 2 to number 5. Okay. So you please do that here. Okay. So you just highlight or you just underline. Okay. Highlight or underline the word for this one. Okay. Yes. Just like somebody doing here, you just highlight the word. Yes, you can highlight or underline. Okay, you can use a highlighter or use a ruler to underline. So number 1 is probably. Number 2, what do you think is the word that show that it is uncertain? Okay. So okay, yeah, some of you wrote there as might. Yes. Okay, might be, might be. Might be. So you have to highlight might be. Okay, might be. Okay, might be. Okay, number 2, might be. Okay, good. Number 3, what do you think is the word or the phrases that show that uncertain? Number 3. Okay, you can start underlining or highlighting from I'm not certain. Okay, I'm not certain. Then guess. So they are I'm not certain and guess. Okay, I'm not certain and guess. So guess also showing that you are not certain. Okay, for question 4 and 5, highlight or underline here. Okay, so what are the phrases? Yes, I'm not 100% sure. And one more is the word think. Okay, I'm not 100% sure, and one more is think. Think also you have to underline. Okay. Okay, and then number 5, the word it's possible. It's possible. Yes. Okay, it's possible. Okay, it's possible. Before we do the next activity, I would like you to look at your book. Okay, look at the download. Can you see in the small box on the right of activity number 3? There is one box named download. Okay, so we are going to read that box. Okay, we are going to read the information in that box. Okay, download. Okay, can I ask someone to read the notes loud? Who want to volunteer to read it loud? Can someone read it loud?
When you are asked to compare the two photos, you will also be asked a question which will ask you to think a bit. Give your opinions or guess something if your not confident about your answer, it's okay to say that you are unsure so long as you make some sensible sug-
Suggestions.
suggestion and explain why you make them.
Okay, thank you, Juyu. So, in this type of task, okay, you will not only have to compare two photos. Okay, if you can see, there are A, B, C, D. Okay, so A and B, there are two photos. Okay, but you will also be asked a specific question that you will have to answer. Okay, so not only to compare the two photos, you will need to answer a question. Okay, and please don't worry if you are not sure of the answer. Okay, you can just say so. Like just now, you can just say, I'm not sure, or this is probably because, or I think. Okay, so you just say that you are not sure. Okay, and then and remember, okay, there is no right or wrong answers to the question. That means if you say something or if you say it differently, people will not say anything whether you are right or you are wrong. Okay, but you must give sensible answers. Sensible means sense, make sense. That means something that people can accept. Okay, sense means something that makes sense. Sometimes you heard people say that not making any sense. Mean tak macam something that we cannot rely on. Okay, something that we cannot rely on. That does not make sense. Okay, so when you give your responses or your answer, make sure it is sensible answers. Okay, not to say right answers, but sensible answers. Okay, and you have to explain them. Explain why you made them. Why do you say that? Explain. So whatever it is, again, okay, explain in 1 minute. Okay, I always, so later when you do your responses, I also want you to do in at least 3 sentences. Try to practice, give your opinion, okay, give your reason. Okay, so how to come up with sentences? So you keep asking yourself, why do I say this? Okay, how? Okay, answer question 2, why and how. That will make you give more ideas. Okay, let us look at the question now. Okay, now, okay, before we do that activity, okay, there is also another information that you can see below the download, the language bank. Okay, language bank. So here, these are some of the phrases that can help you to give your opinion. Okay, when you describe the two photos. Okay. Okay, now look at the example given here. How to express uncertainty, something that you are not sure. So you can say, I'm not certain, just like the activity that we did in number 2 just now. I'm not certain, but I'm not 100% really, or I'm not 100% sure, okay, or I'm not really sure, but, okay, the man or the woman is probably, okay, or the man or the woman is possibly, okay, because you are not at that place. So you cannot say it for certain, definitely. You are not there. You are not at the place, so you cannot say that you are very sure, okay. So what you can say, I'm not certain, but, okay, I'm not 100% sure, okay, or the people might be, okay, or it's possible, or it's likely that, okay, I think, or I would guess that. So this is how you can say when you are not sure. Definitely you may not be able to know what is happening. When you see the police officer standing outside the car there at picture A, you do not know what crime did the driver has committed. Maybe he has not wear the seat belt. Maybe he has drive over the speed limit. So you are not sure, right? So when we are not sure, we have to use these phrases, okay, that you can see in the language bank. Okay. Now, so look at activity 3 now. Okay. So read the instruction. Okay, read the instruction says that work in pairs to answer the question about the photographs. One of you will be student A and the other one will be student B. Use the words and phrases in the language bank to help you. Okay, you must use the words given in the language bank. Okay, for the first two photographs, okay, there are student A and student B. So student A, look at the instruction below the photo there. Compare the two photographs. So whoever will be student A after this, you have to compare. Okay, how do you compare? Okay, that means what do you see? Okay, in the two photographs. Okay, you can say, I can see the in the first photo. Okay, the police officer is standing outside the car. Okay, and in the second photo, okay, I think I can see that it is possibly that somebody has broken the mirror of the car. Okay, maybe somebody has broken, maybe somebody has hit, or maybe he himself, the driver, hit or broke the window. We do not know. Okay, and you can also say, I think, okay, the car has been broken into by someone. Okay, and then the second question, what crime do you think have taken place in each photo? Then you have to talk about the crime. I think the first photo, the driver might be driving over the speed limit. Okay, and that is why he has been stopped by the police officer, and then the police officer has to check on his driving license. Okay, so remember, every question must be 3 sentences. Okay, and then for the second photo, okay, I think the driver or someone has broke the window, okay, of the car in the second photo, and then the driver has made or has gone to make a police report. Okay, so student A, make sure you are describing in 3 sentences. First, you compare, okay, 2 paragraphs to compare, maybe 1 or 2 sentences. And what crime do you think have taken place in each photo? So basically, the first question, compare the 2 photographs, 1 sentence for each photo, and then what crimes? So 1 sentence for each. So altogether there are 4 sentences. Okay, yeah, altogether there are 4 sentences that you have to come up to describe the first 2 photos. Okay, so that means student A, you have to describe the 2 photographs, and then you have to tell what crimes. Okay, so student A, 3 sentences. Okay, student B, which of the 2 offenses do you think is the more serious? Okay, so that means between the 2 offenses, which one do you think is more serious? And then you give your reason why you say that it is more serious. So student B also 3 sentences. Okay, student A 3 sentences, student B 3 sentences. Okay, and then the second pair. Okay, second pair we will do C and D. Same thing. C and D. Student B, you compare the 2 photographs, and then what crime are these things designed to prevent? Why do they put all that? What do they want to prevent? Okay, again 3 sentences. Then student A, what do you do to protect yourself from crime? Also another 3 sentences. Okay, So do you understand what do you have to do now?
Broken the window.
Okay. Which photo is that?
The B photo is broken window.
Okay. Then you have to use the language bank. I think or it is possible that make use of the language bank. Okay. I think,
I think it's possible that
car in I think the car in photo A has been broken into by someone. Like that. Okay.
I
So use
think the picture A it show a policeman is stopping a car to give him a speeding ticket.
okay. One sentence. Second sentence.
For picture
Picture.
B,
Okay.
it's showing a car being broken in to steal the stuff inside of it.
Okay. Third sentence. Okay. What crime do you think have taken place in each photo? What crimes? Make sure you use the language bank. I'm not 100% sure, but I can say like that. You can start the third sentence. I'm not.
I'm not 100% sure,
Okay. But
but
you are going to say what crime has taken place in photo A and in photo B. What crimes? Okay. Just now you have mentioned already when you comparing the two photos, you have mentioned that picture A maybe speed limit, right? So you can say that I'm not 100% sure, but
I'm not 100% sure, but
I
the
think
the
the driver in picture A
the driver A
is driving above the speed limit. Okay.
is driving above of speed limit,
Whereas in picture B,
whereas in picture B, the car
okay, has been
broken
broken into by
by the sermon
someone and
by someone
okay, by someone to take something inside the car. Okay. Okay.
by someone to take something inside the car.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, now Mani. Okay, which of the two offenses do you think is the more serious? Okay, Mani. 3 sentences, Mani. I think, yes, Mani, are
I
you
think
there?
speed driving is more serious
Okay.
because it may result car accident.
Okay, good. Okay, second sentence. Other than that, maybe you can give other reason why do you say that speed driving is more serious. Just now you said because it can involve in accident. And then what are the reason? It can also, so when it involve in accident, what can happen to the driver and to the other people in the car? Maybe you can talk about that. Okay. When there is an accident, okay. Okay, when there is accident, people in the car can
It
be
can
badly.
kill the other driver.
Yes, okay. It can, when there is accident, it can kill other drivers as well. One more sentence. When this happen, okay, when this happen, we will have, when this happen, a lot of lives will be taken. Okay, when this happen, we will lose a lot of lives. A lot of lives will be lost. Okay, banyak kehilangan nyawa. Okay, a lot of lives will be lost. Okay, so 3 sentences. Okay, so make sure you keep to that. Okay, every question for speaking, you must make sure you prepare at least 3 sentences, okay, to give your ideas. Okay, now we go to C and D. Okay, C and D, Weren and who? Weren and Yi Ying, right? Okay, Weren and Yi Ying, or okay, we have, after that we have Wayan, maybe I will pair with Juyu. Okay, so Weren and Yi Ying, can you do C and D? Wait, I need to charge my notebook.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay. So you just you have listened to your friend just now, how they do it. Okay, the same thing, but now you are describing the photos in C and D. Okay. So remember, every student B 3 sentences, student A 3 sentences. Okay. Who want to start first? Ying or Weren? Any one of you?
Maybe I start first.
Okay, sure. Don't forget to use the language bank, huh? The sample phrases.
The photos show a security camera on the town. The photo D show a security lock.
Third sentence. Okay, you already give 2 sentences. Third sentence, what crimes are these things designed to prevent? Okay, answer that.
It is possible. Possible.
Okay.
Photo C is for maybe kidnapper. Maybe to prevent
Okay,
kidnapper.
okay, good. Then,
Then photo D maybe is to prevent burglar.
okay, to prevent from burglar. Okay, good. Okay, so you have 3 sentences there. Okay, good. Okay, now Yi Ying. Okay, Yi Ying, you do student A. Okay. What do you do to protect yourself from crime? What do you do to protect yourself from crime?
To protect myself from crime, I will possibly bring a pepper spray in my bag
Okay.
and insert security locks and camera.
Okay. How many sentences are there?
2
2. Okay. One more.
and learn some taekwondo to protect
Okay.
myself.
Okay. Yeah. So you can either you bring pepper spray or you bring a security, or you use a security lock. Okay, when you're at home, and then you also learn martial arts like taekwondo and so on. Okay. Good. 3 sentences. Okay. Now, Wayan. Okay, left with Wayan, and Wayan, who wants to do with Wayan, just to help her to give her ideas. Okay, Wayan, maybe you can just choose any photos and choose whether you want to be student A or student B. Okay, I just want to hear your ideas. So you don't have to pair with anyone. You just choose which photo you want to describe and what student you want to be. So I gave you, the ideas to come up with 3 sentences is just minimum. Okay, you can, if you have more ideas, you can do more than 3 sentences. Okay, if the time is allowed for you to do so. Okay, that is a minimum requirement. Okay, if you think that you have gone very fast and there's still time for you to give your ideas, you can continue. Okay, continue giving another sentence. Okay. Okay, Wayan, are you with us or not? Okay, we are waiting for your response. Let's check whether she is. Oh, I think she's not. Oh, she's not there. Okay, now we go to activity number 4. Okay, so we have done with activity 3. Now we go to activity 4. Pair work still. Okay, this is actually the extension. Okay, the extension activity for speaking. Okay, there are actually 3 parts for speaking. Part 1, just like what you did for your form 3, just a normal interview question. Just teacher will ask you what's your name, how do you come to school, okay, what do you do after school. So the normal everyday routine question, that will be part 1. Part 2 is the one that we did just now, when you are given some pictures or you are given some situations. Okay, the example given in the sample exam for speaking is they give you some notes, some stimulus. Okay, they give you like some words for you to construct sentences and to give your ideas. But the one that we do this now in mostly in textbook, they give you photos. Okay, so it can be either one. Either they give you photos or they give you words. Okay, so but you have to know how to deal with both. How to deal with how to give your ideas if they give you photos, and how to give your ideas if they give you notes. So you have to know both. Okay. Okay, for the fourth activity is actually the extension activity, further discussion about the same topic, okay, still about crime, but it is more an extension, okay, extension to the what we have discussed before. Okay, let's look at the question. Okay, activity 4. Work in pairs to discuss this question. Still, you are working with your partner, pair work still. What can communities do to help reduce crime in their area? Okay, so this is more like, remember we start from the beginning with just your something that is close to you. What happened to you? Like I say, what do you think happened at your place? You said at the playground, okay, there are vandalism, phone booth being broken, something that is very near to you. So we start from there, and then we move on. Okay, we move on to the photos just now. Something that is slightly not happening to you every day. Okay, so we move on from the thing that is close to you, that happens close to you, to the level where it is slightly where you have to think, where you may not where it may not happen to you, but you still have to know. You have to think a bit. This is the part where you have to think a bit. Okay, activity 4. Okay, so activity 4, it is more on for communities. Okay, from yourself, maybe, and then the photo is maybe you and your family. Okay, maybe you and your family happened before. Somebody broke into your father's car or your mother's car, and then now the third part is on the communities. Okay, on the communities to a larger group. Okay, so what can communities do to help reduce crime in their area? So now you have to think, what do you think the communities mean people who are staying together in a large area, okay, like your neighborhood. Okay, so what can communities do to help reduce crime in their area? Okay, and then question number 2, what things do you think cause people to turn to crime? Okay. Why do you think that people commit crime? Why do people broke into people's houses? Why do people steal things at the supermarket? Why do people broke somebody else's car? Somebody else's car mirror? Okay. What thing do you think cause people? What are the reason people doing that? Why do people do that? Okay. And then number 3, do you think prison should train prisoners so they can start a new career when they leave? This is about prisoners, people who are in the prison. Do you think by going to the prison, people who got out from the prison, they will have a new career when they leave the prison? Okay. So more like global question. Okay, from the one close to you until now the question is more global. This is how the question is going to be asked for your speaking. Okay, for your speaking exam. This is how it is being planned. Okay, so that you can think from the one that is close to you, to your family, to your sibling. Okay, until to the communities. Okay, to the people at large. Okay, so let's choose maybe since we have 4 of you, so maybe we choose 2 questions here. Okay, the first question, what can communities do to help reduce crime? Okay, the same thing for this part. Each of you is given I think it's 2 minutes. You are given 2 minutes, so one person will talk about the same thing 1 minute, and another person is another minute, so 2 minutes. Okay, so let's say just later you are in pairs, but each of you has to give your opinion. Okay, for each question. Okay, so let's say I will ask, maybe I will ask your opinion for number one. What can communities do to help reduce crime in their area? So again, make sure you give 3 sentences. Okay, 3 sentences, and then another person, another your partner will also talk about that, but maybe he or she will give the different opinions. Okay, but also still 3 sentences. Okay, so this is the question that will be given to both of you at the end of the speaking exam. Okay, to see how you to see whether you can give ideas for a question that is more global. Okay, more global. Okay, so who wants to start first? Give your opinion about the first question. What can communities do to help reduce crime in their area? 3 sentences. Okay, 3 sentences. Okay, who wants to start? Just now we finish with, maybe we will start with any volunteers want to start first, or you can choose any question there. Okay, you can choose any question there, and then you can give your ideas. Okay, choose any 3 questions there. Okay, what can communities do to help? I think the first one is easy, and the second one is also easier. Why do you think make people commit crime? Why do you think that people steal other people's belonging? Why do they do that? Okay. Okay, maybe we start with Mani, because just now we start with Mani, right? Okay, so we start with Mani. Okay, Mani, which question you want to give your ideas to? This will be our last activity, yeah? Okay. Okay, which question? And prepare 3 sentences.
I think
Okay, good.
because the people will turn to crime is because life pressure.
Very good. Okay, next sentence. So you mentioned about life pressure. Now you have to talk about life pressure. What does life pressure means? So that can show the continuation. Dia ada kesinambungan, I mean ada kaitan. When you say people turn to crime because of the life pressure. Okay. Next sentence, you have to talk about life pressure. Okay. Okay, continue.
The life pressure are like the babies need more money to buy the milk.
Okay. Life pressure,
And
especially when they have family. Okay. When they have family, they have a baby. Okay. So now you talk
the
about, okay, continue.
old people also need the price hike to buy the medicine.
Okay, apart from that, if they are living with their parents, they also need to take care of their parents and to buy
And
all the necessary things. Okay, very good. Okay, so that is how
And-
you give your ideas. Okay, there must be a continuation, ada kesinambungan. Okay, ada kaitan with the first sentence and the second sentence and the third sentence. There are connections. Okay, that is what I want. Okay, next. Who else? Next, maybe Warren. Everyone has to give ideas. Okay.
Teacher,
Okay.
I
Which
choose question 1.
Okay, good. Continue.
The community can team up a crime squad to help reduce crime in their area.
Okay. So talk about the squad. The squad, is it you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay, then elaborate on what they do when they do the quad there.
the crime squad can crime when night to prevent robbery,
Okay. Then you said robbery, right? Now you have to touch about robbery. Why do you say robbery? Okay. So your first sentence you talk about the squad, is it? Okay. And then
Yeah.
second sentence you talk about because you have the squad because you want to prevent robbery. Okay. The third sentence you have to give the more detail about the robbery. Why do you say there is a lot of robbery at that place? Okay. It is because lately there have been a lot of robbery cases. You can say that. Okay.
Because lately is many robbery cases
Okay.
in my living area.
Okay. 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 Good. Okay. Good. Okay.
So
So
we need
yeah.
They will find way to earn fast money, income,
Oh
thought,
yes.
improvement.
Can. As I said, there's no right or wrong answer. You can just give any ideas as long as you can elaborate on the ideas. Okay, you can say anything that is sensible, makes sense. You cannot say people turn to crime because they want to kill people. Okay, you cannot say that, right? Okay, we cannot say people turn to crime because they like to kill people. That is not sensible answers. Okay, but you can say that people turn to crime because they want to get fast money. Okay, or they want to get rich very fast. Yes, that is also still sensible answers. Okay, okay, you, okay, Ying, right? Okay, okay, continue, Ying.
Yes.
Okay,
I answer number 3.
okay, good.
Yes, I think prison should train prisoners some skill so they can start a new living.
Okay,
They could teach the prisoners some skills, maybe like cooking or some auto skills. So when they go leave the prison, they can start own business or find a job.
okay, very good. Okay, so that means by right when they are in prison, they can learn a lot of skill. So the second sentence, the skills of like cooking, maybe learn how to take photos, and the third sentence, of course, when they know all the skill, they can use that to start a new business when they leave the business. Okay, very good. Okay, next is Mani, right? Mani not yet, right? Okay, let's look at the last activity, which is the reflection. Okay, so I would like you to write, okay, in 1 minute. Okay, write the most important thing from today's lesson. What do you learn from today's lesson? Okay, right. What do you learn from today's lesson in PEDAC now? Okay, don't do crime. It will ruin your life. How to protect you? Okay, good. We should not use improper behavior to make quick money in order to be trouble. Okay, trick or speaking. Okay, very good. I like this. Trick or speaking or tips for speaking. Okay, need at least, yes, very good. At least 3 sentences when answer a question. Yes, very good. Okay, even from the first part until the last part. Okay, even from the interview question, part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, at least. Okay, good. Okay, if there is no question, I think that's all for today. Thank you for your time, and please keep to stay safe and healthy.